everyone, it's Monday morning and I've already gone through my normal routine of waking up, putting on makeup, breakfast, getting ready for the day. I do want to stress that especially on days or I guess for the prolonged period of work from home, I do encourage folks to continue your routine as much as possible. That means we're not staying in your pajamas all day. I mean, by all means, pick a comfy pair of pants to work in, but acting as if you were to go on your normal routine, except that you aren't really leaving your house. I am just settling into my work space for the day. I have a few meetings, but I'm not gonna put so much pressure on making today like the absolute awesome day. I do want to tackle this chalkboard wall and I want to wash it, then turn it into my personal Kanban board, and I'm gonna put stickies up there of everything I want to get done. That includes work, personal, YouTube, and so I think it'll just be cool to have all of that at a glance and see it as something that's like, oh my gosh, I want to work towards moving those, like, you know, stickies over from the backlog into progress into finished. So that's probably my bigger projects, personal projects that I'm going to tackle today, and I'm probably going to do a time lapse of it, so stay tuned.
2 hours later.
My camera lens is like not really opening up properly. I had a few meetings this morning and now I'm just preparing lunch. I'm gonna make some mee goreng. I love these noodles. They're like Indonesian fried noodles. Ooh, where's the light? And so I like to zhuzh it up with some veggies and
I'll keep it short. First of all, I do want to mention and re-emphasize, we do want to make sure your health, your family health, and the broader community's health is our #1 priority. That's
our CEO talking. This is our first ever virtual all hands.
Please expect there will be hiccups, there will be downtime. That's to be expected because we are just trying this for the first time.
That is our Prime Minister, and he just addressed us and announced that we will be closing the borders to non-Canadians. So anybody that's traveling from abroad into Canada, if you are not a Canadian citizen, you will be denied entry into the country. I think this is with the exception of the United States citizens for now, because I don't know, whatever the reason is, because they've got a lot of cases over there. So if anything, I feel like it should be barred from them first. But I do understand that there's folks who, you know, there's a lot of nuances when it comes to travel, especially with US and Canada, because we are so close. There's certain things that they probably take into consideration. But yeah, he just announced that we will be closing our borders to non-Canadians. That's a pretty big piece of news. I was supposed to have a meeting with my product manager and our user research at Wattpad. We're supposed to be doing some brainstorming, but everyone is just sort of pausing and watching this address to see how Canada is responding to this pandemic. And so yeah, so that's the news. That's big news. I think there were some rumors of, you know, more stringent measures kind of putting into play, so total lockdowns or whatnot, and we haven't gotten there yet. I think if people do their part in social distancing and do that well, we don't have to get to a place where we go on total lockdown. Total lockdown is pretty much when literally, you know, everyone needs to be indoors, mandatory. If you're caught outside, you get fined or go to jail or whatever it is. But we haven't quite got there yet, because I think we got the message a little bit not the message, but I think we put into practice social distancing at a much faster rate than other countries. So we might not need to go into full lockdown. Just announced. And so now I'm gonna do a brainstorming session with my product manager. I'm just gonna set myself up on my kitchen table. You'll notice me kind of bouncing back and forth between my office, my kitchen, and that's because in the mornings, the morning sun actually, the sun, my office faces east, so the sun hits there first, and then as the day goes on, my kitchen and living room area is in the opposite side of the house, so that's where the sun is towards the afternoon. And so I'm constantly, you know, finding myself chasing the sun because it just feels nicer, feels warmer. If there's more light, there's more life, there's more energy. And so I'm just setting myself up on my little kitchen table right now. I think I'm gonna make use of my iPad Pro because this is probably the best time to use it. I just finished up a meeting with Elena and Nick. Hi! They're also cooped up in their houses, but we're all staying safe. And yeah, alrighty, bye guys. Thanks for the meeting. So I just went for a walk. I felt a little cooped up. I've been sitting down all day and my lower back just started hurting, so I just went for a walk. I was on a call with my mom, checking in to see how she is, and now I'm walking back. It's been pretty awesome to work for a company that supports, you know, midday breaks. Like, no one's really micromanaging, so we're not like constantly being checked on all day long. I mean, obviously we had a work from home policy before, but this just goes to show that working for the right company and working for a company that actually cares about you really changes your approach and your feelings about emergency situations like this. And so it's been awesome to be able to be transparent with my team and say, hey, I'm just gonna take a walk now because I've been sitting all day, and everyone's like, yeah, go for it, like, go get some fresh air. So it's been pretty awesome. Gotta head back to my house now. Alrighty, well, my hubs watches The Walking Dead. I'm gonna clean that chalkboard wall behind me, and I'm gonna make into my personal Kanban board and put up a bunch of tasks and things that I want to get over or done over the next couple of weeks. And so I'll have this like big physical board to track my progress on tasks that I want to do. So let's get to it. So here is my crowning glory of my little Kanban board. Well, not very little, it's huge. But here's all of my to-dos that has to do with work. Here's all my to-dos that have to do with YouTube. And then here's all my to-dos that have to do with home. You can see a lot of tidying and cleaning and planning. And so in the bottom corners, I have sort of like the area or like the feature and then each of these like sort of stickies are individual tasks. So you can see here, day in the life. So I already had pre-filmed one video that was me at work and me joining my new team, and so I still need to do all of these things. So for these, I didn't want to waste paper, so that's why I only put it on like sort of 2. So what I'm thinking is when I move it over to the doing column, I'm going to slowly tick off each item. I realized I could have done that for these too, but I think for work I do need that level of granularity just to make sure that I'm not missing any details, because obviously I get paid to focus on the details, so I split those up. And then yeah, so I have 3 categories: work, YouTube, and home. And then I have 3 columns: to do, doing, and done. And so I think it'll be very, very satisfying to move each item into the columns as I'm doing it. I did put the date up here just to sort of like have a finality, sort of like a done or like a due date for each of these items. I know some of them are quite ambitious, but I think the date here is going to apply mostly to work. So I do want to set out to finish at least these tasks by the end of the week. Everything else is a little bit more flexible, although I do want to get out definitely today's video and the UX job considerations, what to consider when you have a job offer. I want to get those out ASAP because I have been sitting on it for a while, and so I do want to get those 2 out this week. I am really enjoying working at home, to be honest with you. I have said this on my Instagram, but I thrive being at home, being in my own spaces. And again, I am so incredibly lucky to have different spaces that I can sort of migrate to throughout the day, so that I can change up the environment and not feel super cooped up or, you know, cabin fever. And so yeah, today's like day 3 and it's feeling pretty good so far. Anyways, I am gonna end it here. I will probably start the next video tomorrow, and so I'm gonna edit this now and hopefully get it out to you soon. But yeah, I hope you enjoy these videos. I am quite enjoying like remembering to film and document these moments, and I every time I stray away from making YouTube videos for a little while, I forget how fun it is to look back on and then revisit things that you've said that were like super wise, or things you said that were silly or whatever, just like to revisit whatever you've documented. And so yeah, I'm really enjoying making these videos and making more of an effort to pump out more content, because I'm realizing that I am so addicted to my phone. I'm so addicted to consuming content, and I want to make a bigger shift to creating more content. And so yeah, this is me creating more content. Alrighty, so I'm gonna call it quits here. If you like this video, if you like this series, let me know. This is such an interesting time in the history of the world, in the history of distributed working, where we are actually mandated to work from home. So let me know if you enjoy it, and give me a thumbs up, a comment. What are you doing to keep sane at home, whether you are, you know, able to work from home, or if you have to be very vigilant as you are still responsible for showing up to work. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know. Alrighty, next video. Bye.